There it is. Good evening, everybody. Today's our Tuesday huddle. Today's every Tuesday we do a different type of a huddle. We're talking to different leaders. Last week, Jessica interviewed Beth Graves, who's a dear friend of ours. And today I have the privilege of interviewing a dear friend of mine, Jami Lindberg, who is a Auto Elite bonus earner, 200K and millionaire award recipient with Lavelle. She's an amazing leader out of Arizona. Where is it? Chandler, Arizona, correct? Amazing mom, amazing leader. She has two beautiful daughters. Her husband, Michael's a great dude too. We've had the privilege of hanging out with them. Jessica, myself, and Sydney went out to Arizona to visit. They asked us to come out and speak. It was an amazing training event for Lavelle people. And Jami's just somebody who I constantly follow and always look for different tips and tricks and things that she's doing because she's really successful, and she's somebody who I look up to and respect and really value her opinion and what she does on a day-to-day, especially with her teams and her customers. Guys, Auto Elite is a hard thing to get and maintain. And Jami, how long have you been maintaining it? How long have you had it, and how long have you been maintaining it?
Since the very first month.
You're a rock star, dude.
Want to be like Jami when I grow up?
At one point, I added up like the total amount of what we were making in auto bonuses because, I mean, guys, it's $2,400 a month, $800 for Mike and $1,600 for me. And my thought process is that you don't walk away from $800 a month. So that's, that adds up over time to big money. And so that's huge.
I could use this as like a.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Okay.
So Jami, I want you first, before we get into that, because I know that's a big part of the reason we would love to hear from you is because we want to know, how you do that and so on and so forth. But first, I would love for you just to introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about your story and your journey with Lavelle. Kind of give us like that much of it, please, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Well, first, thank you so much for having me. I have to tell you that before we left for Puerto Vallarta, we were laying in bed a couple of nights earlier. Mike's like, well, who am I going to know on this trip? Who's going to go? And I was like, gosh, I'm not sure because the few people that we always hang out with weren't going. And he goes, well, is Haas going? And I'm like, dude, no. And he's like, oh, that sucks. I love that guy. So he was very disappointed that you were not there. Let me tell you.
For sure.
Anyway, so thanks again for having me. I love you guys so much. And I'm so thankful for, I often say we are so blessed with the opportunity that is Lavelle. It's changed the trajectory of so many of our families, but it has also changed my friendship circle. And I am so thankful that I get to call you guys friends. That has just been definitely something that I cherish. And so thank you for that. And thank you for allowing me to share today. So I started Thriving back in 2015. I'd been hearing about Thrive for months, said no over and over and over, and was not going to drink the Kool-Aid. And but privately watching that Facebook fan page and reading all of these stories, really didn't think that I needed the product though. I was already working out every day, drinking a ton of water, eating right. I was already taking vitamins. I was spending $600 a month taking other vitamins and supplements. I'd lost 30 pounds on that. And but I was still drinking 2 to 3 lattes a day and taking a nap every single day. So it was a little bit intriguing to me that I was reading stories of people not napping anymore. So that was kind of interesting. But really the clincher came down to being bribed to go to an event, a local. And thankfully, I absolutely love Mexican food and margaritas. And so that got me there. But I'm so thankful that I went because I was able to meet Kendra Morse. And Kendra Morse it was $1 million leader with the company. And she said to me something that changed my entire mindset on this business. She said, but do you understand the opportunity that is Lavelle? And I said, well, I see a lot of people getting free cars, but I drive a really sweet minivan. So what else? And she said, no, this company can create options for your family. And guys, my kids were already going to private school. We live in a very nice home. We drove that really nice minivan, but we weren't creating opportunities for our family by any means. We were paycheck to paycheck. And so that was intriguing to me. So that evening I picked her brain and ended up signing up with $800 pack, and we went balls to the wall, and here we are. Almost 6 years later, and it has just been life-changing for our family. And I am married to this company. I love this company. I think that we are for sure 100% in the right place at the right time in this time of the world, and things that are changing so dramatically. We all are in the right place at the right time. There is no better direct sales company than Lavelle. I can promise you that.
And I couldn't agree with you more because of the innovation and the product and what it can do for somebody. We always say be preventative rather than reactive. Make sure that you're taking the supplementation that you need so that your body can be the best that it could be. But not only that, the innovation that Jason Camper and Paul and all of the whole team is doing between the new product lines that are scheduled for this month only to launch, let alone the next 6 months. And they always do not disappoint. These are all brand new products that are coming out. And I'm sure you see, here's the thing about Jami. I love picking her brain. She hears things that I don't hear. Okay. Like I'm connected sort of, but she's like connected. Okay. So she, like, if I ever hear a rumor about a new product, about a new product, I'll call her and I say, so what'd you hear? And if she can tell me, she will. All right. But I mean, she has a great relationship with the co-founders and CEOs. So I'm sure she's one of the test people that they reach out to get their, no, really? I would think you would be one of them.
Heck no. But I do have, if any of you guys have not read Jason's book, I do, as much as I love this company, as much as this company has changed my family's life, and that I live, sleep, eat, and breathe, thrive. That book, absolutely just solidified it even more, and the trust factor that I have of Paul and Jason, and just understanding his story and where he's at. And really, in Cabo, you guys probably all heard, we had the leadership meeting in Cabo where they really talked a lot about this being a legacy company for their families. And I love that idea. I believe that this is a legacy company for my family. And the fact that they have been offered money over and over and over to sell this company, and they have chosen not to, because Jason's mindset is what's next for Lavelle, not what's next for me and Tracy personally. It's what's next for Lavelle. And I love that. And so, like you said, Haas, there's so many things on the horizon, so many things coming up that we need to stay in the grind and prepared for. And this moves right into what we're talking about today, and that we need to be in consistent contact with our customer base, whether they've ordered or not, because there is so much coming down the pipe all the time. I mean, we know Heat and Chill are coming any minute. They're dropping before we know it. Right behind that is followed up with the 10-day detox. And I don't know one person on the face of the earth that does not want a 10-day detox. Every single person wants that 10-day detox. So preparing and staying in contact with our thrivers. So even people who are on the fence with the Thrive experience, I can promise you, you have a lot of people that are going to want chill. You have a lot of people who are stressed out, exhausted, and on the verge of a panic attack every single day, which we cannot say that word, so do not repeat that word to your customers, but they're on those verges every day, and that is going to change it for them. My husband said, I want that product for my golf game. He gets kind of nervous on the golf course, and I think they call it the yips, the golfers call it the yips, and just taking chill will give that chill time for that. Everybody needs that product. Are we staying in contact with our customer base who may not want the 3 steps, but who are going to want chill? Yes, that is so important. And that's where customer service comes into play. Do you have a customer database that you are reaching into, sending messages out, staying connected with on a very consistent basis? And when I say very consistent, I'll follow it up with my customers that are long-term customers that order every single month on auto ship once a month, reaching out once a month. Sometimes if there's a new product, I'll reach out more than that, especially if they, like my customers who auto shipped on the 5th. And if we launch, say, Heat and Chill on maybe the 20th, I would reach back out with them. But otherwise, it's once a month for those. People whom I knew, and I say new, within the last month, 6 weeks, I'm reaching out to every 3 to 4 days. And my reach outs are not ready to buy Thrive. here's $25 off. Oh, I have free shipping. That's not what my reach outs are. My reach outs are going to the fan page, finding a story, sending them the story. Are we connecting with where they are at? If my neighbor is a firefighter and he has wonky hours of sleep, I am looking for a firefighter's story to send it to him. Those are the reach outs I'm talking about, but massive reach outs when new product comes out and any promos or anything. I had a long talk in Puerto Vallarta with Liz, who runs all of our social media, and the mindset shift that she has created within Lavelle and the social media team is huge. As you probably noticed, we've gotten different emails that are coming out talking specifically about transformations. Are you taking those and ensuring that your customers have gotten those? Because I can almost guarantee that a lot of those are going to your customer base's spam because they don't check their emails enough from Lavelle. So are they seeing those? Those are a great text message. Oh my gosh, this is my friend so-and-so. It may not be your friend. You may never have met that person, but they're a thriver, so they're your friend. So are you sending those messages out? They're doing a bunch of video clips. Like I did one in Puerto Vallarta where we're just walking along the beach. I'm hoping that there's something that'll blur all the freaking massive amount of sweat that was rolling off of me when we did it. But he was asking me just little simple questions about what I'm loving about my Thrive experience. And so those little bits are going to be coming out that are going to be great to be sending to our customers and to our downline promoters that maybe are our user promoters, right? So are we doing those things to make sure that our customers are staying connected? Because guys, here's the story. I'll tell you this. I did a 3-way call just earlier today with a gal. She proceeded to tell me it was one of my promoters' customers who is getting ready to flip to promoter. And this is what she proceeded to tell me. She said, I have been following a girl from high school for 3 years that have been thriving, but she never asked me about it. And then I saw my neighbor at the mailbox and saw she had a DFT and asked my neighbor about it. My neighbor gave me a link and now I'm talking to you. Okay, so why wasn't she the customer of her friend for 3 years that she's been watching post on Facebook? Guys, they're not going to reach out to you. Very rarely are they going to say, yeah, what is that? They're not, especially if they went to high school with you and they're intimidated by you or whatever it is. You have got to be reaching out to them. So are you sending happy birthdays? Are you following them on social media and seeing they have an anniversary? They had a grandbaby. They have a kid. Oh my gosh. Kids graduating from high school right now. That's a gold mine for us right now. Like their babies are leaving. They're going to be sad. They're emotional. Oop, I have mood support for you. You know, those type of things are how to connect and keep our customers connected. Because guys, here's the deal. They could have signed up with you 5 years ago and you haven't been connecting with them. And then their neighbor decides to start thriving and see you later. They're closing their account with you and they're signing up with their neighbor. Because here's the deal. Everybody should write this down right now. If somebody comes to you and their email address is in use, you can get right on your support and say, here is a friend who's trying to sign up with me, says their email address is in use. Can you give me feedback? If they have never logged into that account and it's been a year, Lavelle will delete that account out and let you sign them up. So are you staying in contact with your customers? Because the last thing I want is a customer who signed up 5 years ago to order from somebody else because they have not been in contact with, because they haven't heard from me. It doesn't end once you give them the link, guys. It does not end there. It's called customer service and we are the customer service. Let's keep in mind, there's no phone number for them to call. They can send a support ticket, but they don't really understand that. So are we the customer service for them? And I have always believed in Nordstrom customer service. So let's jump into that. And if you guys do not have an Auto Elite tracker, I will get that over to your team so that you guys can see that. Do you have that, Haas?
No, we need that. Can you send it over?
I'll send it over right when we get off. So I believe in my team printing out these Auto Elite trackers before their 12Ks. This is a great way to make sure that you know, here's the 5th, the 15th, the 10th, the 15th, the 20th, and 25th. You write in who is scheduled to auto ship. How do you find that? Super easy. You log into your cloud, click on my team, my customers. And if you've never done this before, you can actually toggle. If you go across the top, you can toggle the name, and that puts their name in first name order, or click it twice, it changes the direction. I often click when they signed up to be a customer, because I want to connect with those people a little bit more at the top than, when I'm going through every 2 to 3 months to connect with people who've never ordered 5 years ago, then I can scroll to the bottom. But if you scroll all the way over, it'll say next auto ship, and you can click on the next auto ship and it will put them in order. Now it's a little wonky. So like, I think I did it to just confirm for my 10th auto ships today. And you have to kind of scroll down. So sometimes it'll give you like July 5th as your first group, but it puts them in a group. And so then you just look them all up and then you're connecting with them. So that is where to start, is to get an auto elite tracker, get something that you are keeping notes with. And you guys, not everything works for everybody. I realize I am overly organized. Some people call it anal. I call it just, being able to breathe and sleep at night, organized. But whatever you do, stick with it. Pick something and stick with it. That's the key. So figuring out who your auto ships are. So let's just go off what I did today. Today is the 8th. I always reach out 2 to 3 days prior to every single auto ship. It's in my calendar. It's an automatic every single, either 7th or 8th. I was gone on the 5th auto ship. We were in Mexico. We left on the 2nd. I messaged every single person on Memorial Day on the 31st and the 1st that we're going to auto ship on the 5th, and said, hey, Mike and I are headed to Mexico. I want to make sure that your auto ship is set. Don't want to miss anything while I'm down there. And I made sure everybody's auto ship was perfect then. So it's just reaching out to them. So it's a quick reach out. I send text messages. I think that people respond faster in text than they do on Facebook Messenger. So my text messages simply say, hey, your auto ship is getting ready to run on the 10th on Thursday. And they all know I'm always really clear that they begin at midnight the night before. Like and see, for us, we're on the Pacific time. So they start at 9 p.m. So they'll start at 9 p.m. on the 9th for us. So we've got to get that scheduled to make sure that their auto ships are correct. So a side note to this, sorry guys, I know I talk fast. Feel free to drop questions and I'll circle back. I hate that circle back ever since Biden's chick says that all the time. So I hate that I say that, but I've always said that. I said it before she said it. So I personally maybe it's a little bit of a control freak in me, but I really like to set people's accounts up for them. I feel like it keeps the ball in my court. I know the password if they don't change it, and then I'm able to make those changes for them. I feel like I can keep them on auto ship better, because they go in and they can screw up the auto ship really, really easy. And B, I can help. I'm not asking them to come home from work, make dinner, deal with the kids, and then, oh yeah, get on your computer so you can make these changes. If they're on vacation, if they're doing anything, they can say, oh my gosh, yes, I really would like to change my DFT color. Or, oh yes, I love that you sent me that rest. I really want to add rest. Can you add the rest for me? Whatever that looks like, you can do. So, and we'll get into how I get to that. So my text messages simply say, hey, your auto ship's getting ready to run. Do we need to make any adjustments? Usually they're very simple. If we've had a product released, a brand new product released, they change a little bit. Typically I will send the picture of whatever the new product is. So let's just take Recharge, for example. I would send Recharge and I would say, your auto ship is getting ready to run on Thursday. We just launched this brand new product called Recharge. I've been using it for a week now. I am sleeping better than I've ever slept. It actually recharges your immune system while you sleep. It's been fantastic. It's $40. If you'd like to add it to your auto ship this month, I will give you $20 in credits to add it to your auto ship so you get it half off. I can't tell you how many people have actually said, yes, I absolutely want to do that. Also, some months, my thank yous, and we'll get to the thank you gifts. The thank you gift may be a rest. Rest always goes over really, really well, by the way. But my thank you gift may be rest. So then my message is, hey, I sent you the rest in your thank you pack last month. If you are interested in adding that to your auto ship, it's $50 and I'm going to give you $20 if you'd like to add that. Tons of people added it I sent them all out in April and tons of people added it to their auto ship in May. I'm not in the business of upselling them, but I would love to enhance their Thrive experience. So always, and I use that oftentimes when I'm on the phone with people. I'm not in the business. We are not in the business of upselling you. You don't need to buy more next month for you to feel the Thrive experience, because the 1, 2, 3 works for everybody, but I'd love to enhance your experience. So that's where those plus sign products might come into play. So anyway, that I think it's super important to be checking in before their auto ships. The last thing you want is a person irritated as heck that they wake up the next morning and their auto ship ran without them knowing, and they're out $170, so that's always really important. Also, it's super important because there are times where people will go in and delete their auto ship. So if you are staying connected with them, why were they planning on deleting their auto ship? Oh, we can make adjustments for that. So if somebody messages me back today and says, you know what, Jamie, I was actually thinking, we're going to travel a bunch in July, so I don't think I'm gonna auto ship. Wait, you're gonna travel a bunch. Are you getting the packets of lifestyle mix? You can totally, I pack it. You can take it through security. I've taken it through security so many times. You don't want to stop your Thrive experience while you're on vacation. A, you don't want to gain a bunch of weight on vacation, right? And B, you don't want your body to rebound and detox and have to start all over when you get back. Let's keep you on it. As a matter of fact, let's keep you on it. And I will even give you credits for free shipping this month, and you can just get free shipping. And most of them are like, okay, now if I wasn't doing that, 9 times out of 10, they would have gone in and deleted the auto ship. So that's super, super important to consider as well. I will, little side note in this whole auto elite thing is that I am not quick to flip people to promoter. I will put that out there. I do not flip people unless they want to build a business. If they do not want to build a business, I am very clear with them on how to become a promoter, that it's free to promote and all of the things. But I would rather one customer get 2 promoters than two customers get their 2 referrals, than that one customer become a promoter and I've just lost 3 customers in my auto elite. So the other thing too, to always keep in mind with the auto elite situation, or with, flipping people and all of that, is we're paid 20% on customers and 4 or 8% on promoters. So that's something to think about too. If somebody is like, yeah, I think I saw some people flipping to promoter and I think I want to flip to promoter, so that, I can make a little bit of money. Okay. I'm happy. I would love for you to promote. Are you thinking that you want to add more than, your son and your husband? Do you want to add? No. I just want to make a few bucks off of them. Okay. So just so you know, if you flip to promoter, then you're your own promoter. So you won't get the thank you packages from me. You won't get the random credits in your accounts or anything like that. Are you sure that that's what you want to do? So I am not one that flips people that quick, guys, because unless people want to build a business, I don't need a bunch of promoters that are just user promoters. I would much rather them be customers where I can love on them and take care of them and keep my auto elite. So that's my caveat for that.
That's brilliant. I love that you do that. And guys, a lot of us have been quick to flip customers to promoters because of situations like that. And I think it's brilliant that you say that to them. And it's just raw honesty, guys. She's being 100% honest with them, because it's a matter of, you get paid more on your customers. Let's just be honest. If this is a business and you want to treat it like a business, you get paid more on your customers than you do on a single promoter. So why not keep them as a customer? Also, if it brings you closer to Auto Elite, which is $1,600 a month in bonuses besides your weekly paycheck. It's a no-brainer. I'll let you carry on. I mean, I know you got a bunch of good stuff. Jess, do you have a question for Jami? Because she just crushed it.
No, I'll just say I've really been wanting to do this with you, because for the longest time, Jami, you and I have talked about this before. You're like, I always have so many customers. I'm like, I always have so many promoters. And we've had that conversation. I like people, the minute they want to flip, I want to let them flip. And I think the way you stated that is really, really good, because I don't have time anymore to work with that many new promoters at one time anyways. So I'd rather just have the people who are serious about promoting. However, I have really been working on getting to Auto Elite for the last few months because I've really never built up my auto ship customers. They always end up flipping. I will tell you this month, right now, I'm on track to have 10. So if I could get 2 old auto ship customers to just get back on auto ship, I might be able to hit it this month. If not, definitely in July.
Or
Yeah.
referral customers, Jess, because they count too.
What?
Don't referral customers count?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've been working that. Listen, I got all my customers driving for free.
Yep. Yeah, that's huge, is the referral customers count. Make sure that you understand that that's a kind of something funny that happens. I notice in some teams where they start telling their customers, oh, those are your customers. They're not their customers. They're my customers. They're your referrals. You don't need to worry about them. You don't need to help them with their auto ships. I'll take care of that. Again, little control freak in me, but then they stay happy. So get this, if that person decides not to order, their referrals are still ordering and they're connected to me. I have a connection with them. This is how I am not a cold market queen. I am not somebody who sees someone yawn at the, park and start talking to them, hey, you need fries. But let me just, yes, I know you are. You and Heather Morrison are like the king and queen of that. So the thing is I would rather make my cold market my warm market, and that cold market be my customers, friends, and family. So that's the way that I'm working at often to get those new customers going. Is that, as a matter of fact, I already have the 2 customers for Vegas, and both of them are referrals this month from 2 of my customers that have been long-term customers. So, and that's a whole nother topic that we can go into. So let me tell you a little bit about how I keep those customers happy. And again, guys, keep in mind that I do have, I'm not saying this to pat myself on the back or anything, but I am $1 million leader. I'm a 200K and I earn this Auto Elite. So money, I pour a little bit more money into this business and this Auto Elite than I would expect my 4Ks and 12Ks to pour into it. So just understand that, because some of the stuff that I do is not super on the cheap, but I'm going to give you a couple ideas for people who want to go all out and people who are still trying to stay within the budget, which you should always have a budget with this business, because again, treating it like a business, again, a whole nother topic. So I am anal, and I have, many of you have probably already seen my recipe box. If you haven't, that's a whole nother topic, but I have a recipe box with all of my customers. Well, not from I started this after a long time after I started, so not every customer, but anyway, let me just show you. So the card has basically their name, their username, their promoter or their customer number, when they got the link, kind of any information, like if I knew them from high school, if they're a referral from somebody, if they found me on the website, whatever. And then I always get their address. Now you have to ask them for their address, unless they've kept the same username and password, then I guess you could log in and just look at their address if you wanted to, but I always ask them for their address. I think it makes it even more special, because I will say, like this gal who ordered today, Joan, I said, okay, Joan, before we hang up, I'm so excited that you placed your first order. I am going to send you a little goodie in the mail. So can I get your address? And she's like, oh my gosh, you're going to send me something? I'm like, yep. And don't worry, I know that you just ordered strawberry, so I'll go ahead and send you the other flavors of mix too. So typically the first time they get the other flavors of mix, and they might get some other DFTs, kind of depending on the person. So I always get their address, and they get really excited. They're already feeling a connection to me because they know I'm going to send them something. So that's kind of cool. And I handwrite a card. So guys, these are cheap. Find the cards on Amazon. If you don't have Amazon Prime, I mean, you need to get it. But so I always find cute little cards. This is the summer, so I ordered these cute little pineapple cards. Everybody loves a handwritten note. Nobody does those anymore. And so I can't even tell you how many times a month I have somebody message me and say, thank you so much for the note. It's not even the free rest that I sent or the free pure that I sent. They're like thanking me for the handwritten note, because people don't do that anymore. So I make my girls write handwritten thank you notes for all their gifts, by the way. So I just write a little thank you note every month. It's a little bit different, but for the most part. So, and I can send you over, you guys, you can post it if you want, but I mean, it's really simple. Thank you so much. Or dear so-and-so, thank you so much for your order of the Thrive experience in May, or whatever month you're sending for, in May. Maybe it's hope you're feeling amazing or whatever. And then I say something like, please accept this sample of Activate as a small token of my appreciation. It actually reactivates the Thrive in your system and is a great pick-me-up. Just pour it into a bottle of water midday for a great afternoon pick-me-up. Sincerely, Jami, or love Jami, or whatever. It's something very simple. And so I stock up whenever it's buy two, get one, or, 20% off, or any of the sales. I stock up on plus line products for this reason. And I like to stock up on products that are a little less heavy, because it's less expensive to send. So things like Blast and Thirst and Activate are great because those are all cheaper. Rest is a little bit, it's all relative at the end of the day.
No, it makes sense. It makes total sense, because you can send like an Activate or two Activate in the letter, and it's just a stamp, right?
Right. Yeah. And some post offices will let you do that. I know, I'm not sure about Activate. I have done it with Blast and Thirst. I'm not sure if Activate might be too thick. So thank you. So the thank you note is first and foremost, writing the thank you note. I have these cards because I like to put down what I'm sending them every single month, because I don't want to 3 months later send them the same thing. And I have people who've been ordering for 5 years. I don't want to continue sending the same thing. I like to mix it up. So you can literally send one different DFT. Maybe you order the IM DFTs on the next sale and send one of the IM DFTs, send one of the TAC DFTs. That's a stamp, so that you can send one of something in a letter, so it's not as expensive. I have stamps.com. I think it's like $20 a month for the service. So if you're mailing a lot, it's worth it. But I can do everything at my house. I have a little machine that weighs it. I order these cute little mailers. I think they're fun when, I like girly. I like to be girly, and everybody likes the cute little mailer that shows up in their mailbox. I print everything here, and I can mail it out to people right from here with whatever I want to put in it. And sometimes I'll send things like, if one of my customers gets their 2 referrals, I know that they're getting their product for free, but I might add a little extra and say, hey, thanks. That really helps me out that you brought in 2 more people. Like, I'm super excited, and I want them to know how much I appreciate them. So the thing is, when you're sending people free stuff and you're actually taking the 3 minutes to write a thank you note, people are so appreciative. I'm just looking at the time, so I'll speed it up. People are super appreciative of that, guys. And that is important. And that keeps them in contact with you. Then they don't ghost you. I don't have people ghost me, because every single month I'm sending them. So this isn't just their first time order. Every month after they auto ship, I have them. Now, if you have a teenager and you are a 12K or above, we should talk taxes, because you can actually, per the federal government, hire your child tax-free at $12,000 a year, tax-free on both sides. So if you're making good money with this company and you're not doing that, you need to be doing that. Hire your kid. My Hannah can write thank yous all day long for me. Sophia can do my mailers. She is 12. I have taught her how to log into stamps.com, and she can do all of my mailings for me. It's genius, and everything can be done in your house, and let your kids work for you, and they can make their money, and then they're not asking you for money every time you go to Target. So I know I tried to fill it all in. I know it's so much information, and I like to talk, Haas.
Look, I love it. Are you serious? Look, people can stay on. You can talk forever. I know you can, but you have such amazing tips. But just to recap just a little bit, to kind of go over it, basically, to achieve auto elite and maintain it like you have to take the customer, you have to be the customer service, not rely on Lavelle being the customer service. You have to be the person that is constantly in touch, not only with your customers, but your customers' customers, which are actually your customers, right? A lot of people don't think that, and a lot of people don't treat them that way. And I think that's something that, I'll be honest with you, I would always, these are your referral customers. Yeah, just go ahead and go get them. I never thought to bring them in and take care of them because they're actually my customers. So that's a great, another way for me to look at it. And it's going to be even easier for me to retain those customers because I'm going to be following up with them as if they were somebody that I personally brought in myself. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they'll feel like they're part of the community too. So, and those may be your next promoters. Those people may be, I mean, some of my promoters were referrals that are now kick butt promoters. So bringing them in and making them feel like they're part of the community is huge. So don't ever, ever, ever get the mindset that, oh, that's my customers' referrals, and so they're their customers. Absolutely not. I'm the one getting paid on those. My customer isn't getting paid. I'm getting paid on those.
Right. No, that's a great way to look at it. 110%. There isn't any questions in the chat, except everybody wants your Auto Elite tracker. So
I'll
once
get it to you.
once she gets it to Jessica or myself, we will be posting it on our team pages, guys, in our chat, so on and so forth. I know there's a lot of faces that I'm not used to seeing. I think they're part of your team.
Yeah, I think they're my team. And if you're on my team, the Auto Elite tracker, just search it in our team page. It's in our, I posted it often in our team page. It's under files too.
If anybody else has any questions, please speak up. Jess, do you have any final thoughts or questions for Jami or not?
I don't. I'm just grateful that you came on and shared with us because there's only so many people who have achieved the level of Auto Elite and maintain it, because I know it is not easy, but you've always been a customer service junkie. So when I'm certain you probably already had it in the bag when they announced this, because you already had a ton of auto ship customers that were loyal to you. So you had to be super excited when they launched this program.
Yeah,
I'll never forget. I think they launched it in Vegas. Weren't we all in Vegas?
Yeah.
And they launched it in Vegas. And I remember looking to my friend Carrie, who was there, and I was like, oh, I totally have this. I have way more than 12. So.
And here was me standing in that crowd going, wow, that's going to be tough. Like I've had all the other qualifications for it forever. It's just keeping those auto ship customers, but I am definitely on a roll, and all of these tips that you shared tonight, I'm super appreciative of, because I'm going to go put some of them to work.
Awesome. You don't want to walk away from $800 a month, girl.
No, God, no. Why would you leave that money on the table like that? So I'm going to be turning this around and busting my butt to get that.
Yeah, well, because I'm going to earn it. Haas has to, because he won't ever live it down if he doesn't.
Let's celebrate you guys all earning it in Las Vegas.
Yes.
In October.
Definitely. That's going to be a trip, guys. Jami, thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate you. I mean, I love you. You're just awesome. Your energy, everything about you is amazing. We really appreciate you taking the time. We have a lot of people thanking you in the comments, in the chat. They all appreciate everything that you've said and all the advice that you've given. So thank you so much for being on with us.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you guys right back, and I'm super thankful to be a part of it. So yeah, let me know if you have any. I'll send this over right now, but if anybody has any questions, just Facebook message me. I'm happy to answer.
I will. Thank you guys. Have a great night, everybody. Go out and crush the rest of your week. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.